Hey people, welcome back to my channel. I'm Belden Huang. Today we're going to look at a very popular talk which has more than 57 million views called The Power of Vulnerability by psychologist and researcher Brené Brown, done in 2010. So without further ado, let's start with our summary. To begin with, Brown argues, after being a social worker for more than a decade, she believes that connection is the primary reason and purpose why we are here in this world. However, in recent decades regarding connections, as from what Brown has witnessed, we tend to focus more on negative rather than positive aspects, with respect to which, in addition, the negative emotions people have about connections, for example, fear and shame, is also what ultimately prevents them from establishing close relationships. Thus, to counteract this issue, Brown assumed that she could eliminate people's vulnerability, such like fear and shame, so as to help them build and maintain relationships successfully. Albeit to her surprise, through her research, she discovered that the mindset in building connections is what differentiates people, individuals who feel a sense of love and belonging compared to those, namely people who reported that feel a sense of love and belonging, believe that they deserve love and belonging, whilst notably embrace their vulnerabilities, alongside uncertainties, which Brown vaguely mentioned. Following that, Brown asks, these days, what are we doing in response to our vulnerabilities? We numb ourselves, she says, through either religion or medication to gain certainty and suppress our negative emotions. Nevertheless, Brown argues we can't numb ourselves, as the result of attempting to numb ourselves is merely going to be the incapability in experiencing other emotions, particularly positive ones, such as happiness, joy, and gratitude, while simultaneously we try to perfect our life and pretend everything is going just fine. To conclude this talk, the psychologist and researcher states, to really resolve this issue, we should therefore show who we truly are, in addition to our vulnerabilities, and to love with all of our heart and practice gratitude and joy. Last but not least, most importantly, believe that we are good enough, such that we are able to embrace and love ourselves more, thus to embrace and love others more, and to build and maintain close connections. After listening to Brené Brown's The Power of Vulnerability, there are a few points I would like to make as regards to Brown's viewpoint on vulnerability and an alternate means on how we can achieve contentment, in my opinion. First of all, briefly saying, I think though it is important that we accept our vulnerabilities and acknowledge that they are part of our identity, we wouldn't want to, nonetheless, reveal our vulnerabilities in front of the wrong person or situation, as that might not only not illustrate ourselves as trustworthy, but also weak and incapable. Hence, it has to be noted that despite that we want to show ourselves in how we truly are, before we uncover our vulnerabilities, we have to be sure that the person we are sharing this with is someone who we can trust or rely on, and if the condition or atmosphere is adequate. Moreover, beyond being essentially easy with ourselves, as Brown argues, we should concurrently create certainty within ourselves and not rely on outside force. Yes, we can eliminate our fears and worries with the use of outside forces, such like what was mentioned in the talk, religion and medication, somehow. However, that, I would say, is not how we can break through our vulnerabilities, as they are still present, and relying on outside forces is, frankly, merely a means of distraction to make us feel better with ourselves, possessing those insecurities. There are numerous ways to face our fears notwithstanding, I believe that the most effective approach in breaking them is to confront, observe, and reach a solution. Likewise, in addition to the notion of dialectical materialism that German philosopher Friedrich Hegel proposed, of which one is destined to face challenges in life, yet able to resolve and break through them. Thus, those obstacles we encounter turn into experiences, and that leads us down a path towards wisdom and intelligence. Anyway, I would like to argue that it is solely through confronting our fears can we grow, improve, and feel more satisfied with ourselves, not trying to neglect or undermine them. In general, in spite of the fact that we should show ourselves in who we are, we have to be aware that whether we can show our vulnerabilities strongly depends on the individual we're sharing them with, so as to protect ourselves and particularly our privacies, whilst we concurrently see our worries face to face, as the mere process of solving them, I believe, is what helps us gain wisdom and not to mention self-satisfaction. And it is through this can we feel happier in ourselves, connect with others, and to hence establish deep and good quality relationships. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope my summary and opinion is helpful to either help you guys understand Brown's arguments or produce your own opinions. And don't forget to like, comment below, turn on notifications, and subscribe to my channel. That's for today, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.